Title Pro, like Maria said, it is a robust property database across the United States. It has industry-leading analytics. So you're going to find pretty awesome criteria and things that you could do in this software, which I'm going to show you today. One of the easiest ways to kind of first to start thinking about its capabilities is really this feature here. And we are going to walk through each individual segment just so you can see the granularity of the different options you have to select from when you think about target farming, right? So this instant list section here just gives you an idea, to Maria's point, you know, thinking about who is your target audience. Are they going to be homeowners in your area that have a lot of equity in the home? Are they going to be homeowners that might need to upsize? You know, they currently have a low square footage in the area, but you know, based on this information that we have here, that they have children, maybe looking to upsize into a larger space. Are they empty nesters? Are they, you know, are the kids gone, long gone from college now, you know, have their own homes? And because we have the demographics feature, we're able to assess the age of the current homeowner, and you can get a better idea of who lives in those properties in your area. Do you have, you know, investor clients? They might be interested to know about pre-foreclosures, foreclosure homes. We have the ability to be able to identify which properties are, you know, currently at the list pending stage, or are already at a final judgment sale with the court, or even before it hits the auction, what that scheduled auction date is. So we can get that granular, which is awesome. Are they absentee owners? Are they out-of-state owners? Cash buyers, short sale candidates? Just again, an idea of some things that we can easily pull from here. And we can get even further into maybe even the mortgage side, right? When we think about interest rates, you know, we know that the interest rates aren't necessarily favorable from what they were in the past few years, but if they have been with their property for a while, you might find that they have a fixed rate of 7%, 8% right now. So maybe we want to get even further into that granularity and pick, you know, homeowners with equity, but they also have a fixed rate of at least 7%. They're even more inclined at that capacity to want to potentially sell their home, things of that nature. So with that, I'm actually going to run a poll here. Let's see if I can figure this out here. Okay. So launch. Let me know if you guys see it. But really want to get an understanding from the group. What is your focus? And we're going to essentially do an example based on majority of the crowd and what the interest is in seeing. I'll give everybody a few seconds here. Looks like we've got 4 people, 5 people. All right, we got 6 out of 14 respondents. I'll give everyone a few more seconds. Oh, they're still trickling in. It's just about to hit end poll. All right, I'm going to end it here. We had 9 out of 16 responded. It looks like the majority, we might have a tie. So pre-foreclosures, distressed properties, and move-up buyers are looking like where we want to lend out. So let's start with, you know, the move-up buyers, homeowners looking to upsize. So here you go. Actually, just realized I didn't share it before. So with that in mind, the way that this software works is we always want to first start with a geographic area. So I'm going to ask everybody in the chat if you can just shoot out, you know, a zip code that you're very interested in particular. And then whoever does it first, I'm going to use that zip code. All right. So we've got from Augustine 07105. So we'll start here. So as you can see, I clicked on the move up buyer instant list. So it automatically already pulled the criteria of what that means, right? So the property size So the square footage would be a maximum of 1,500. This would be specifically for residential properties, which includes condominiums, all residential types, single family, townhome, duplex, triplex, quadruplex. Owner occupied, yes. The sale recording date, this one specifically automatically hit, March 20, so from 3 years ago. And then mortgage, at least 30% equity. The age group is between 25 to 45 and presence of children, which
What
is
is that we're talking to her about though?
up. If you guys, someone can put on mute.
If somebody can put themselves on mute, please. Beautiful.
Appreciate it. Thank you. So we have
Leslie,
Newark. Yes.
I just want to interject for 1 second.
Sure.
Guys, I want you guys to take a look at how many filters you're able to put on this list. So not only does it already help you with instant lists, you can focus even more so by being intelligent with the data that you have at hand. Just to give you an idea, the filters that you're allowed to put, or that they help you put in a simple, no, not even in a simple, in a very robust marketing perspective, they only let you filter if it's single property homes, if it's a condo or a townhouse, if it's an owner occupied property or a non-owner occupied property. Those 4 things are how you filter and how you zone in when you're doing your marketing. So if you see at the beginning when it's starting, you're going to see that you're going to have about 2,500 results, even more. And let's be realistic. And that's, really what we're getting to on this thing. I'm so sorry for taking the shine out of Leslie. You're doing an amazing job, but I really just want to emphasize how targeted we're letting you be with your marketing, right? We're not just telling you, hey, get the zip code and, send it out to 2,500 people and spend hundreds and thousands of dollars for 6 months. And one of those has got to hit. We have to be realistic. You guys are not going to follow up with 2,500 people. It's just not the case. What's more likely is that you're going to follow up with those 100 people. And as we're going to help you along, create targeted and automated campaigns so that those 100 people, when you call them, when you Facebook ad them, when you text them, when you door knock them, when you do everything that you do in combination with it, are more receptive because they've seen so much of you, because you've had so many different touches and so many specialized touches. We're doing it with intention. And I think that's something that I was kind of waiting for more people to come in. And now we have a good amount of participants where, the name of the game here is being intentional with your marketing, right? We're not just, sending it out to 2,500 people, and we're not just, doing it. Okay, well, this is, what we're going to do. This is our zip code. And, let's pray and hope that we're going to get 1 or 2 listings out of it. No, we're telling you to really sit down, think about it, and then go ahead and execute. But I'll let Leslie take the stage. I'm just so excited about this, guys.
Yeah, no, I honestly share that enthusiasm too. Like I used to use, and I'm not sure if anyone on the line is familiar with PropStream. It gives you some database analytics and property information, but this one really blows it out of the park. I've heard it from many agents that I've been able to share this with. So if you are familiar with PropStream, just know that this definitely has a more robust, there you go, Ricardo, you're familiar with it. So I will tell you, as I'm kind of navigating through and kind of just sharing a little bit more about what Maria was saying verbally, you'll see what I mean. But going back to our example, so Newark here, you'll see in this database, we have a total of 7,587 lists, basically, or properties. Now, that includes not just residential, that includes commercial, agriculture, vacant lots, etc. Whatever this database has been able to capture, right? Oh, sorry. Has someone have a question?
Yes, me.
Yes. Ricardo, what's going on? Nice to meet you.
Nice to virtually meet you. Quick question, and very important. How accurate is this data? Because PropStream, yes, it's just, but there are so many specialized ones for investors. And I need to understand how accurate is it? Because sometimes when you do the marketing, like 10,000 people already reached out to them, to the sellers.
BlackKnight software is one of the most innovative softwares that there is out there, that pulls data from different data sources, right? So we do emphasize that this is public data, right? But BlackKnight is one of the most innovative software out there for lenders. I don't know if we have any lenders on the line that can attest to this. It's expensive. That's why now a lot of people use it. And that's why it's so amazing why we are like, why aren't there more people using it? And we understand that it's a little bit expensive and costly. And we'll go into that at the end of the call in terms of how it works every time that we pull these leads. And it's not free, right? It's free to you guys because you guys are our partners. And, you know, Ricardo, we have a few deals together. So, you know, I'll be more than happy to share this with you. Hey. But yeah, it's and we'll go a little bit more into detail. And the point of this, that we're definitely going to want to have one-on-ones with you guys, right? So this is like overview to kind of get everyone excited, because we're like, why aren't there more, you know, we have one of our agents on the line. We're like, why aren't we selling this, you know? And like the owner of our company always tells us, guys, this is gold, this is gold. We kind of just, you know, go off of our charm. We're like, no, we need to give tools, because these are really amazing. So
this is exactly how you get my attention, Maria.
There you go. And we do have an attestment here on the chat. So to Maria's point about it being expensive if you were to do this on your own. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
no, I don't want to do anything on my own. Trust me.
We're here for you. We're here for you. So just going back again, you know, you can kind of see from our original starting point of over 7,500, we end up with 26 as our total count, just based on the different criteria that we are putting into this particular search. 26 is extremely manageable, you know, for even door knocking, cold calling, whatever it is that, you know, you are currently already doing as a marketing strategy. I would say this is just here to help elevate what you are already doing, or to even think about new ways of approaching, you know, your targeted areas. So with that, I want to also just showcase a little bit more about each of the different segments we have, so you can get an idea of what type of criteria you can search for. So under property, you'll have the options here to get extremely granular with your property. You'll see that sometimes they'll be grayed out. That honestly is dependent, and I've just been from doing this a lot, it is dependent on the zip code. So to be honest, I'm not exactly sure from the get-go why it sometimes shows like the ability to put in basement or bathrooms and bedrooms, but for the most part, it typically does allow you, and it should not be grayed out, but just so you get an idea. So, you know, square footage, the construction type, you know, if it has a garage, what type of heating service it uses, the lot size, information about the owner. So mailing information, you know, if it's on owner occupied. And then the property type is one that I definitely want to open up even further. You know, this is for those that are also interested in commercial real estate as well. You know, we have the commercial, the government property, public use, industrial, institutional, for multifamily, you know, apartments, or just more of the general duplexes, triplex, and those types of things. If you're looking for office space, vacant land. And then when you get to residential is when you get to see even further the breakdown. If you're just focused on condominiums in your area or townhomes, you know, you can get that level of granularity. The zoning, the year built, you know, tax exemptions, those are things that you can also sort through. All right, something in the chat, let's see. Okay, so then mortgage. So for the mortgage side here, again, if you wanted to do, you know, something with the loan type or loan amount, that's something that is available for you.
Yeah, let's focus on this, guys.
In interest rates, you know, here is a very interesting one because of the way that our market is right now. If you wanted to target those that are currently, you know, at a 7% interest or higher, you can absolutely get
equities.
It's no equity, yeah. And if you go to other here, you'll see you could do reverse mortgage, you could do the equity percentage, equity value, loan to value. and et cetera, et cetera. The good thing too is like once you pull the list from this, you have the ability to, and I'll show you at the end, to check off some additional information on your list. So you can get those mortgage details, even if I'm just pulling it like this for here. And I'll show you how. So then demographics, you know, age, ethnicity, gender, income, you can get that level, if they're married, if they have children, and occupation. Distress.
Is there a toggle to filter by FHA loan? Let's take a look at that and see if maybe that's something that we can do. Go to it. Would it be loan type?
Loan type.
Loan type. Yep.
Yeah. So from the loan type, you'll see we can do balloon, construction, conventional, FHA, HELOCs, negative amortization, private party. You know, some of these I'm also a little unfamiliar with, so I'm going to need my lender friends to help me understand what exactly it is, but I'm sure this is valuable information for you. VA loans, you know, whatever your loan type and niche is, you know, that's something that we can help you with. Maturity date, et cetera. And feel free to let me know, guys, if you want me to go back to any of the segments.
Guys, feel free to pop in and
Yeah.
this is for you. We have a good amount of people. We made it nice and small so that we were able to interact. We're of course going to have a Q&A, but we obviously want to be respectful of your time and kind of get through. It's a very, very robust software, but just know that we are, you know, going to be reaching out to you guys after to really have these 101s and be able to create these lists and build these perfect lists and you know, get them out to you guys so you guys can use them and take the most advantage that you can.
Exactly. So for distressed, right, those that were looking for more investment nature type of properties, if you're looking for distressed, delinquent taxes, you know, something you can find in a tax sale, foreclosures, the type of foreclosure. So this is what I was talking about. You can get extremely granular with at what juncture of the foreclosure process are these properties in. Real estate owned REOs, real estate owned properties, short sale, and then short sale candidates, also an option. And then last but not least, the other really just puts, and I think we have a question from Deep. So actually I'm going to open it up. Go ahead, Deep.
So question for you guys. Let's just say like you went on to like the notice of default. What would you guys suggest doing first? Like send them like a letter or a postcard, or how would you guys?
Definitely, if I may answer this, Leslie. We actually, and I love using testimonials because, of course, you know, you want to make sure that whatever you guys are doing. So I actually did a presentation on short sales, and I actually spoke with this, you know, he calls himself like the king of short sales. He's actually up in New Jersey, and one thing that he always taught me is like, this is a very, whoever is in like that pre-foreclosure stage, like this is a very touchy subject, right? So this is something that you really want to go in with like a very tactful manner, and you don't want to go in salesy. You kind of want to go in there and be like, hey, I am this knowledgeable person. I understand that you're in this thing. So definitely, to answer your question, a handwritten letter is definitely something that we suggest that you do. I mean, you know, there's so many programs out there that you can just like type it and it'll, you know, do it for you because for the sake of time and just automation. But that's definitely a more special touch than just like a regular postcard, right? Especially when you're able to go so granular, like the way that we're teaching you, you know, 26, 30, maybe 100 letters is way better than, you know, just like 100 postcards that are just, they just don't seem, you know, like they're getting that special touch. So yeah, and we'll go a little bit more into the marketing, but awesome question. Yes.
So you would say like a handwritten note first before sending like a piece out, correct?
Pardon?
You're saying like a handwritten note first before doing anything else.
Yes, for when it comes down to like pre-foreclosure and distressed properties like this, yes, because it's somebody that's losing their home, right?
Correct.
Like it's it's more of a touchy subject than, hey, your home has a lot of equity, like let's get it sold. This is, you're losing the home where maybe your kids grew up, you know, it's more touchy subject. So you have to take it with a more delicate approach.
By any chance, is that Matt Marinoff, the person that you were talking to? That you were talking about, was a Matt Marinoff for short? You said
Fair enough. Yes.
Yes.
He's one of our clients.
Oh, okay.
Doing a few short sales with him. Oh my God. Yes. He's
Gotcha.
awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I can introduce you to when I go to
Gotcha.
Jersey. Mhm, of
Thank you.
course.
Awesome, awesome. Making connections, that's what it's all about. And, I'll end here, the other just, it has some additional features. If you don't want to include anybody from the, do not mail list, you would obviously add that here, and things of that nature. So now when we got this 26 count list, it's obviously, again, very manageable. What's next? So that's where we can go ahead into this printout feature here. And this is what I was mentioning before. We have the ability to add some additional criteria for the list that I'm about to pull. What we usually, enforce is we actually have our New World Title Farm Report template. It really gives you a lot of details that you would need about the homeowner, the property itself, information that you would find on the MLS, but also if there's, any foreclosures or delinquencies and things of that nature, that's something that it would also pull. And then also from a mortgage standpoint, it would show you, the current LTV, what, the current mortgage recording date was, what the interest is, how much equity is in the property, and things of that nature. And then as far as the homeowners, like demographics, that is also something that would show up as well, their age, their ethnicity. And that's really important too. Like if you are going to do a cold call or if you are going to do a door knock, it's always good to prime yourself with, who is the person on the receiving end, so that you can kind of change maybe your approach if it's an older individual versus a younger one. Ricardo, do you have a new question or was that the hand up from before?
That was a hand up from before.
Okay, awesome. So then what I would do now is I'm going to do, let me see if I just hit preview here. You can kind of get a sense of, oh wait, actually, sorry. Let me go back here. So we usually try to just sort it by, the owner name, but you have the ability to sort it by, property address and whatnot. So if I hit get now, this is a short list, so I'm just going to pull it. You have the ability to select, whether you want an Excel format or a PDF. And usually, a PDF is easier to read through, of course, but for a Excel format, if you have a marketing platform that you're going to use to, upload this more as a mailing list, that's where you would want to use a CSV file, because usually that's the format that it would require in order for it to actually process into the platform. So in this case, it's only 26 properties, so it should be a very, very short list. It does take just a few minutes just to process. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for it to process, so I can then show you the final outcome of this specific list, are there any other questions around just the software itself? Rin, I see your hands is up.
Yes, and this platform will be able to access to at any time, right? And this would be the lead generation sort, kind of.
Yeah, so I know you work closely with Maria. Maria essentially will help to guide you whatever list you're interested in pulling. Like we'll send you, we have kind of like a document that showcases different criteria so that if you're ever, out of the blue, you're like, you know what, Maria, I'm looking for this time a list of no mortgage properties in this particular zip code. Can you please pull it for me?
Okay.
Something like that. We do have to be the ones to own the accessing only because we do have a single general account. But that's the beauty of working with New World Title. You have your title liaisons like Maria and myself, where we can help guide you and work through it with you. And at the end of the day, it just simplifies your life anyway, because now you just have your list in your inbox and you didn't have to do a thing.
Like for example, like if I want to do expired listing in my area, is it I can just reach out to Maria, like, well, I want to geo lead in my this zip code, and will it become the list, or what is it gonna look like?
Yeah, of course. That's exactly what we're going by this. But I think that the beauty of this is that you can go even deeper, right? It's just not, expired list that you can get anywhere. It goes much, much more granular than that. So we think bigger, than just an expired listing. We think, people that maybe, downsizing, that just got divorced, maybe somebody that wants a bigger house, maybe somebody that has equity that you want them to sell so that you can find a property for your buyer, right? So like, this is more like out of the box thinking, like, all right, if this person has, you know, you wanted maybe to be the double agent, which I see a lot of you guys doing, you know, like, let me sell this person's house and then I already have the buyer for it, right? This person has equity, so this is the perfect scenario. So, but yeah, definitely. And as
Got
you
it. Thank
see
you.
here, look at all the information that this farm list generates with, right? You can add, you can remove, but for just one owner and one, you can see. The point of this, guys, is to really be knowledgeable when you're talking to these people. You don't want them to feel like they're just another door that you knocked, another, you know, lead that you got in some software. You want them to know, I am knowledgeable, not just about the market, but about you. I know what's going on with your property, and this is why I'm coming to you. I see that you have, you know, a fixed rate of 6.52, that you got this in 2006, you know, like you want to be able to, when you go in there and you knock on those doors and you send those emails and you put in all this effort for your marketing, you're being intentional with it. So, you know, we don't really want to go into so much deep into this because again, we want to be super respectful of your time, but we'll send you, whoever attended this, we'll send you this as an attachment because it was a very, very short list and you guys can just take a look at it on your own to see all of the things that they give you. Now, I am going to caveat that with saying a lot of people are going to ask the elephant in the room, is there phone numbers? Now I'm going to tell you guys, the only reason why we have phone numbers online is because we are service people, right? My phone number is everywhere. I can't get mad when somebody calls me and gets my phone because it is online, it's in Google, it's on my Instagram, it's on my Facebook, it's everywhere. The regular folks out there aren't psychopaths like us, just kidding, aren't like us that like to have their phone numbers out there. So all of this is public data. So all of this is being pulled from whatever data is on public record. With that being said, a lot of the times you can pull phone numbers, but some of the times they're going to be bogus. I would say very, very transparently, maybe 80% they're bogus. But we have had people that use another software. Of course, this one's free. There's another software that maybe you have to pay for to be able to grab phone numbers. So this is really good. Also, it does give you the ability that you can put to pull emails. So perk your ears up because this is a really cool one. When you have a Facebook page, and we're going to bring in a guest where this is going to be a series of things that we're going to be doing. Okay, guys. So we're planning on bringing in different guests that will help us, help you and explain to you just different parts of marketing that you can do. But with these lists, you can pull emails from these lists as well. So you can even target these forward. You can upload this list into your Facebook to be able to do targeted Facebook ads. Now, if you guys don't know how to do that, I'm definitely not going to be able to get into it because we don't not have enough time or bandwidth right now to be able to get into Facebook ads, but that is something that you can do. Okay, so you can target your people even more. So if you saw that they, you know, looked at your Zillow, you can actually upload these emails, whatever emails you have from wherever you get them, into your Facebook to do targeted ads. So I'll leave it at that. But the next one that we're going to do is going to be core facts. So I actually don't mind, Leslie, if you like want to go through the core facts yourself, just like manage it. And then I'll just talk a little bit about it.
Sure.
Again, we're not going to get too much in it. So core facts is the second part of this training, right? And this is kind of answering the what are you doing for your marketing? Is it EDDM? Is it social media? It should be everything, right? Let's be honest, guys, it should be everything. Digital marketing and the way that it works right now is you need to have different touches with people. Psychologically, in order for you to make a sale, it takes about 9 to 10 touches. And now we're selling houses, which is a person's biggest investment. So that number should even be doubled, because the amount of time for somebody to say, yes, I want you to sell my house. Yes, I want you to take my money is way, 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 way more when it comes down to such a sensitive subject. So you want to be able to maximize your time and reach to these people in many different ways, right? So you want to hit them with Facebook ads. When somebody buys something, when I buy something out of impulse, it's because I looked it up on Google and then I got 3 ads on Instagram, 2 on Facebook and 1 in my email. And then finally I saw it in person. I'm like, okay, I got to buy it. It's fake. It's really not the way that is. It's just, in my peripheral cortex so many times that now it's become part of my identity. I'm identifying it and I'm seeing it. So the point of one of our softwares, this is CoreFax. And basically with CoreFax, it's an all-in-one marketing software where it basically gives you a bunch of pre-made templates. It allows us to invite you as a team. So already there, it has all of the ability for us to be able to co-brand. So Leslie's information, my information, your lender's information is able to be uploaded so that when you generate these things, it'll already be co-branded under a team. Okay. Great part about this. And the reason obviously why we're showing it is that when you submit an order, it gets sent to our marketing director, and then our marketing director has to approve only if it's co-branded, meaning New World Title is there. And for example, Rand and Signature Realty is there. A 20% discount, which is the RESPA compliant amount that we're able to help you guys out with marketing. Okay. So as soon as you put in an order, it gets sent to our marketing director. Our marketing director comes back and asks us, hey, will you guys approve the design? We say yes. Boom, you guys already have your credit card there for the other percent that of the marketing, and it gets sent out. So we're going to be having a full training on this on April 10th. So everybody, of course, that attended this will get a personal invitation to the training on April 10th with the person that actually takes care of the software, does the demo, and is our account manager for CoreFax. So just like you guys have your account manager in Title, you guys will have your account manager in CoreFax. And guys, this is an extremely robust marketing platform. There's two things that we want to show you guys here. One is going to be the home estimate map, which it's Leslie and I's favorite because it is so cool. A few things about it. It already has its own landing page. So you would be able to already, that QR code will be specifically designated for each, it's a geotag. So each person that receives that home estimate, that card, will have a unique QR code. When they scan that QR code, it will automatically, one, alert you that they scanned it, and two, create a lead if they do end up putting their information. Even if they don't put in your information, you will still know that the house at 1152 Havenwood, Arkansas, scanned it and was just curious about it. Maybe they didn't feel like putting in their information, but if they do, they will automatically go into this branded landing page. You have total control over what information you want to collect. So if you don't want people to kind of fall off, you only want to ask them for their name, phone number, and email, maybe the address, right? You don't want to ask them for too much information all at once, because that's when people fall off of type forms. You want to make it as simple as possible, just to be able to grab enough information to give them a call. So if you see their phone number, whatnot. And you'll be able to see, for example, this web page, one is completely branded, and it's a free landing page that you have for your clients to be able to see how much their home is worth. You know, what is your property condition? Are you in a hot market? And then it'll give them a pricing estimate. So Leslie and I think this is amazing, because you're able to see, you know, live your marketing efforts coming into fruition, people scanning it, being interactive, giving them a call. And then another one is, of course, the EDDMs. You are able to create EDDMs with us. And you're able to, again, upload that list that we got from Title Pro 24/7 into your EDDM so that you're doing a more targeted area.
So with EDDM, Maria, sorry. So that one, actually, you wouldn't upload the mailing list. That one's a target farming. So it's based on courier routes for USPS. So if you're interested in, for instance, I had a client who was trying to market her just sold in a specific townhome community. And she was like, Leslie, I just wanted to go to the townhome community. There were two options for her, right? She could do EDDM. And if, for those that aren't familiar with it, you know, the savings and cost effectiveness is that you don't have to pay for shipping, because it isn't like it's being mailed to a specific address. Lauren, I just saw your message. If we already have a list of our sphere, can we load it here and brand with you? Yes, absolutely. So that's when you would want to do a postcard, Lauren, if you have already a list, whether you want to market, you know, you're just listed, you're just sold. If you wanted to take advantage of the home estimate QR code, which Rain If you're interested in expired listings, a client of mine had success with that. So it might be something worth looking into for you as well. But yes, we can absolutely do that. But for everyday direct mailer, again, this is more for those that you don't necessarily have a targeted, audience, but you want to just get the word around because of a sale that you just had in that community. It might bring you some cost effectiveness doing EDDM, but one of the cool features that we can also, and I'm going to show you right now for our Title Pro, is in this instance where my colleague was, looking for just a targeted area. She was really interested in just this specific condominium, right? So what we can do is, this was specific to Miami. So the Icon Brickell Residencies is just located here, right? If you were to do EDDM, the courier route would send it to all the buildings, like around the area. It wouldn't just focus on this particular one. So if you're just looking for property addresses in a specific community, what we can do here is do kind of like a little polygon radius type thing where we have to just target the area that you're interested in. It's kind of fun. And then once you get that, I would just hit add. And if you can see on the right-hand side, it brings a total of 715 apartment units in the Icon Residencies that I could then just hit next and download and send it off to the client. Something to think about, because again, if EDDM is something that you're interested in, it might be more cost effective to just do direct mailers as a postcard in this scenario. Deep, you have a question?
Yes. So what would be like a cost difference in EDDM versus what you just did?
So in the example that I worked it out with my client, she had, for EDDM, for her to get like her specific townhome area, I think it pulled like 1,600 properties. But if I just specifically targeted her condominium or townhome area, it pulled like 950 properties. The cost difference was about $250. And that was also with our, 20% off, of course, because we did co-branding.
Gotcha. So basically it would be co-branded and just sent to that community itself.
Exactly. So, and we can do, we can work it out with you just to let you know, like, hey, you might be better off doing this instead. And it's a very unique scenario. Obviously, like if you're just looking to target, a neighborhood that are just single family properties, not necessarily like a community, like a townhome community or condominium, then probably everyday direct mailer might be a more cost-effective solution.
Okay.
You have
And
to price compare.
okay, gotcha. And what was I gonna say? Would we have to do anything, or would it just go right to the post office and they would take care of everything?
They take care of everything. So utilizing our platform, it's all in one. So the minute you get everything, get the template, customize it to your liking. If you're doing everyday direct mailer, checking off what target area you are interested in, you hit go. We approve it from our side if it's co-branded. It takes 2 business days for it to process and go into USPS, and then it just takes off. Since you guys will have your own individual accounts, if this is something that you want to move forward with, you have the ability to log in whenever you want and be able to track, exactly when it got shipped out. If you're doing the home estimate QR code, you're able to see on your own who scanned it, things like that.
Guys, I also want to point out the following. You can totally use Title Pro 24/7. You can sit down with Leslie, myself, whoever it is that your account manager is, both of us, whatever the case may be, pull this list. And if you find, elsewhere, you already have your marketing guy, you already have, different marketing strategies that you do, you can totally use just that information and apply it to what you're currently doing. We don't want you to, you don't have to completely change it around and go like, okay, now I have to use Corfax. You don't. If you find something that's, more cost efficient for you, then we can always discuss that. We just know that what the abilities that you're going to have with Corfax and all the perks that you're going to have with it, right? You automatically get that 20% applied. You automatically can just like upload. You have your account manager. You have people that are going to be able to help you and kind of guide you and do the same thing. And that's going to be our webinar with Tanya on April 10th, that it's going to be, just really giving you all how they can really do an actual marketing strategy with you. Like that account manager can sit down and like help you like deploy marketing strategies, but it's completely up to you guys, you know, what lists you use or what softwares you use for that. And yes, Lauren, to clarify, we do build the list with you. We do build the list with you. And the reason for that, guys, is every time you pull that list, each of those things that come back, those 26 cents, 25, I'm sorry, those lists of 26, whether it's a list of 26, a list of 100, or a list of 200, it does charge New World Title every time that we pull those lists. Like, let's be clear, it's free to you guys because you are our partners. And we know emphatically that if we help you guys generate more business, it will generate more business for us. So that's what we're trying to do. Right? We're trying to think of innovative ways of like, all right, how else can we earn your business besides just great service, our beautiful cakes, and our charming smiles? Like, come on, you know, like we need to be able to look at different avenues and just give you different ideas for growth within your business. So, but with that being said, it's very expensive. Right? It's very expensive, but we're not stingy, and we don't, you know, we're not going to be like, well, Lauren, you already pulled one list, we can't pull another one. Absolutely not. If you guys are following up with it and you guys are, you know, putting your marketing efforts, the more the merrier, because that means that there's more chances of you guys getting a file, getting a listing, or getting a buyer that will then come back to us. So we're thinking big picture. However, we don't want the website to crash. We don't want you guys, we all kind of like have like 2 or 3 accounts that we share amongst each other. So, you know, we wouldn't want you guys to maybe just pull their list, or we just want to be able to keep it kosher. And honestly, guys, it's a way for us to just keep in contact with you guys. You know, you guys need us, so we're always going to be there and happy to help. So, you know, it's kind of like our way of like, all right, like, you know, like, let's sit down, let's do this together. So we can kind of like keep track of everything and just have it be. And, you know, like Leslie, to Leslie's point, who wouldn't want to just call, hey, Maria, I have this idea. I want to target these people with these, you know, in this demographic and this zip code, blah, blah, blah. Can you please pull it for me? And then just have it in your inbox. So yeah, we just want to be more of service and be able to be there for you guys.
Absolutely. Rin, go ahead.
Yes, so for the home, like individual home estimate with the QR code, how does it work? For example, if I have a target area in the zip code, if I want to send out like 500 EDDMs, so how is the information work? Like, for example, like, or it have to be individual zip code, or how does it work?
So
Okay,
good question. So everyday direct mailer, you cannot use the postcard home estimate feature for that one, because there's no individual property address that's being uploaded. So there's no tracking. So if you wanted to use the home estimate post, it would have to be in the form of a postcard. Like
one house per one zip code.
Exactly. And we can create, you know, like a targeted list for you in your area, or, you know, like we were kind of just showing you, if you just have a general sense of the area, we can do the radius pull and just send you the property addresses if that the home estimate is something that you want to use.
Like, for example, if I have one of the listing in the area, and but this house is already sold, but I want to farming all the areas around, and I want to be specific in each home. So you will create the list in those area and then print out individually.
Exactly.
Oh wow. Okay. And in terms of cost, like the cost, what would it be?
So for the postcards, here you go. Actually, I'm on the right page. So it goes by quantity, you know, 25 to 99 and so on and so forth. And it's also based on whether you're doing standard mail, which I think can take up to 14 days, just depending on where it's being shipped to, versus first class, which is a little bit more, it's a little extra, and it expedites that shipping time frame. And then let's just say maybe you wanted to do door knocking and you just want it print only, right? Then obviously the cost there excludes that price. These prices do not include our 20% discount, just to keep in mind as well. And then the digital download is just something if you wanted to just email it, or, you know, something that's not print or shipping.
Yeah, for example, if I want to door knock those house in the area, I can just have like individual one on my hand, and it's just like, okay, this is your home value. Oh, okay.
Yes.
And it's gonna cost print only. It's gonna cost like.
So for the postcard, yeah, this one's an 8.5 by 5.5. There are other options and sizes of the
Mhm.
postcard. So if you do like a mini, the prices go down versus a jumbo and things like that. But this
Mhm.
is a standard size for a postcard, so it naturally just defaults to that. The other thing I was going to say, we also have door hangers that you can do as well.
Mhm.
If
I
you know
love
you
door
are
hangers
doing,
for door knocking.
Yes. Mhm.
so you can do your just sold, and then the prices for those.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
truly is. And it's worth mentioning, Rin, to like your effect. Like you said, you're like, oh, I want to go door knocking and give it to
Yeah.
each individual property. So with
Mhm.
the list that you have already pulled, you're able to be, you know, more knowledgeable when you're talking to these
Mhm.
homeowners, right? When you're knocking out their door, you know, it's like, look, I was able to sell their property, you know, above asking price. I know that you have this much equity in yours. I can, you know, like you're just
Mhm.
going in there with intention. You're not going in there and like, hey, I
Mm.
just sold my property,
Mm.
but you're
Mhm.
able to really, you know, come in with a conversation with like, I'm not just knowledgeable about the market and my own property, but I'm knowledgeable about yours. And that just gives it a completely different touch to people, right? You're just like coming in with a more, with more expertise. And at the end of the day, that's really, you know, what we've been seeing, that's what's going to set you guys apart in this market. It's no longer, you know, it's the person that knows the most about the market. And that's, you know, in very layman terms, not going to screw somebody over, right? Like that they're doing
Mhm.
whatever's in the best interest of their client. And they know that they're going to have their best interests at heart. So this
So
is,
basically you have information in hand before give them the postcard, and once they scan it, you will be able to collect all the data to
yes,
follow up, kind of thing. All
exactly.
right, that's amazing.
Yes, that's why it's our favorite feature from, we can literally just talk about this one forever because it's our favorite feature.
Yeah, I love Donox.
Yeah.
Love
I know
it.
we have
Door
9
knocking.
minutes left. Does anyone else have any questions, any thoughts?
Well, I do have, but I think I prefer to sit down and meet with you guys.
Awesome, Ricardo. Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Definitely,
I know we
definitely.
have a
Set up
closing
time.
soon, so hopefully we can meet.
Yes, we do, and I do have other questions regarding our foreign national lenders. So I gotta get back to you on that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's get on a call. I'll text you later and we'll figure it
Okay.
out.
Perfect. Thank you, guys, ladies.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Of course. And thank you guys so much for coming in. Like we had such a good like turnaround of people staying. And I know, you know, it's really hard to catch you guys for an entire hour. So we truly do appreciate you guys taking the time and just coming and, you know, being interactive and asking questions. Again, this is not going to be the last time that we do this. We're either going to keep repeating the same ones and just make this a series for whoever wasn't able to come in, or any colleagues that you guys wanted to. Rin, do you want to say something?
Yes, one last question. And this
Awesome.
program, when would it when can we start?
Us ASAP, whenever you can, whenever you want. We have it
Oh,
fully
okay.
available. Yep.
Because I have like a plan out for, because now the weather get nicer in New Jersey, so
Yes.
I have a like the whole plan for door knocks and everything, like lead generation. So because I feel like I have to ramp up right now, otherwise I will miss the boat. So
Yeah. You
I
don't
mean
want to miss
the
a
sooner we
boat.
can, we can get started. Like I would
Yeah.
love to, like,
Yeah.
have a plan with you.
Leslie and I will be scheduling either Zoom calls or in-person calls with you guys, you know, 101, so we can go and get this going and really take advantage of it. And like you said, it's March Madness. You know, we want to be able to take advantage of this now. And guys, you know, keep up to date and keep in touch with us and like the different trainings that we're going to be doing, because they really are going to be amazing. And they'll go deeper into every single thing that we're talking about, whether it's core facts training or we're going to have a Google training, Facebook ads. We're also working on a social media manager and specialist on real estate. So we're going to have a lot of great presentations coming up that's going to be able to tie everything together. The name of the game this year is digital marketing and automation. And we want to make you guys into rock stars and want to double your business, triple your business. So hopefully you guys will, you know, stick by us and we'll be able to do all of this together.
And just letting you guys know too, if you have any real estate friends that you feel like would really benefit from these platforms that we offer, and you want to just like push them our way, tell them, I know these great guys over at New World Title, feel free to send them along. We want to share this with as many people as possible. It is an amazing tool. It is something extremely unique that other title companies aren't doing. So wanting to really, help basically share this wonderful news that we have this, we're here to help. And again, if you have anyone that could use the help, let us know.
Thank you guys so much.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
ladies.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
people that we had never seen here before, Augustin, iPhone, and just Zenaida, Jasmine, thank you so much for coming. Everyone that joined, please feel free to reach out to us personally. And thank you guys so much. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. We
Guys,
really, really,
enjoy
really appreciate
hump
that.
day.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.